All right, welcome back to the podcast. I'm Paden, and I'm going to be the host for this week. With us today, we have three of the Ventures. We got Andrew, Josh, and Shelby, and I'm going to have them introduce themselves now. Go ahead, Andrew.
Okay, I'm Andrew King. I was born and raised in Cochranville, Pennsylvania. It's a small town about 50 miles west of Philadelphia. And, yeah, that's about all I'm known for.
All
I
right.
just live there, farm potatoes. Everyone makes fun of me, but I don't care because I like it.
Josh?
The potatoes are a big part. That's really important.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm Josh, and I'm from northern Idaho. And I don't farm potatoes. I do construction stuff. And my sister came here a while back and just kind of found myself up here. Pretty awesome.
All right. Shelby?
Yeah, my name's Shelby Hart. I'm from Greenville, South Carolina. Lived there my whole life. My brother actually came here about 3 years ago and was a venture, so he was here for 2 years as well, same time that Josh's sister was here. So that's pretty cool.
Would you consider yourself being in the South?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's South Carolina, so I mean, it's kind of
Yeah, gosh, Pete.
it's in the name of the state, so I would definitely say
I have a
yeah.
different opinion on that.
Born and raised. I
Where do you
know.
consider yourself from?
The Midwest.
You were born in Pennsylvania.
Oh, we're going to have this.
No,
We're not going to that. We're not
Let's
going to
just
that.
move on. Yeah, let's move on.
All right, I'm going to ask you guys a few questions. I'm going to start off with one I've been thinking about. So coming back from your first year, obviously you are were first-year students. Coming back as ventures, did you see yourself not having the same relationships with the other with other students, like their first-year students, like with classes, the leadership role you guys have, and just like the different time schedules with events you guys have, and just like certain situations like that? What did you guys think on that particularly, Andrew?
Well, for me personally, that was one of the things I was sort of worried about and honestly sort of scared of coming into this year because I felt that I would feel a disconnect from the first-year students just because I was a second-year student and I had more responsibility than them and I had like a type of leadership role over the first-year students. But within like the first month or two, I really felt like that was like not how it ended up being. I feel really connected to the first-year students, and it's something that has been like a huge blessing this year because I don't feel like I'm like excluded from the first-year student body when I want to be like included. Like it's not like they're not going to include me because I'm a venture, and yeah, I just feel like I have a lot of pretty strong relationships with my guys in my dorm and the rest of the guys on campus.
Okay. Shelby?
Yeah, I think focusing more on the relationship side of it, I think coming back, just realizing, so as a venture, you're not first-year student, but you're also not staff, so you're kind of just awkwardly in the middle between the two. And so I think kind of like what Andrew's saying, I don't feel excluded from the first-year students. I still feel like involved and been able to have some really great relationships with them this year, but I do think it's quite a bit different from my first year. I think I had stronger relationships my first year, and so this year it's just kind of been a challenge balancing between the two of like having relationships with the staff, but also having deep relationships with the first students because each side kind of views you differently. So definitely different from the first year, but also has been really awesome. So.
Okay. Josh?
Yeah, it feels like a whole different year than my first year. Coming back and I guess the thing that has most felt different has just been the way you're viewed, because we're just not first year students. And there's an aspect that we're here just like the first year students are and learning and paying for it just like everyone else, but it's weird to be viewed in a place of leadership at a school that you just feel like you're a student at.
Okay. Also, to feed into that question a little more, especially Shelby kind of touched over it. How is the community within the ventures alone? Like, How good how good is how good do you guys know each other?
Man,
Oh,
so
wow.
good.
I don't know if I know any other five. I don't know if I know any other 5 people as well as I do the venture program.
I feel like we know each other so well it gets awkward sometimes.
Oh,
Oh.
definitely.
Yeah,
Like-
for other people.
Yeah,
Not really
We can,
us.
Oh,
we
okay,
can
okay.
make people feel awkward because we know so much about them, but we try to control ourselves
Try.
Most of the time.
most of the time.
Yeah, seriously, like the venture class, I feel like has turned into a group of really honestly freaking good friends. Like I can legitimately say these 5 people have been some of the closest friends I've had in my whole life, and I think that's not a stretch to say.
I would go even as far as to say that's probably my favorite thing about the venture program so far this year is just the dynamic between the 6 of us. I mean, we were all pretty good friends last year before we even thought about applying for the venture program. So, yeah, just seeing how relationships and friendships has grown since then, I would go as far as to say that's probably my favorite part.
Okay. And what do you think your guys' best or worst memory out of this year so far together is? Even within like the past, even going recently going to Seattle, like nobody's got anything.
Best memories.
It's a hard question.
I feel like the best memories is a lot easier to come up with because we really haven't
Okay.
had like a ton of bad memories or like disastrous experiences,
All right.
which is different than some venture years. But
Yeah, that's fair. Well, we laugh a lot about what happened last year. We get a lot of joy out of making light of last year's situations.
What happened? you're being
That's a loaded
hesitant.
question.
Oh, well, even just the classmates and the difference between the classmates last year and this year is awesome. And how much we miss the unique personalities of some students last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
Don't mean to cut
Go
you
ahead.
off there.
Go ahead, Josh.
As far as worst, there's really not much. I mean, sometimes it's easy to get frustrated with each other because while we are really good friends, there are such big personality differences that sometimes since you're around them so much, we can get frustrated with each other because we're not doing everything like each other would want to do. And that sometimes gets difficult, but it's easy to work through it.
one of the ways that we've gotten to know each other really well this year has been on Monday Fun Day, and that happens on Monday, and it happens to be
Where
a
we
fun
have
day.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What even-
seriously.
Monday Fun Day. What is that?
Well, we go to the Angles house and we party, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we sometimes do spiritual things.
Well,
Sometimes.
Spiritual things.
No, we do. We go through the Gospel Primer, which is a book we've been going through all year, which is pretty awesome. So it's a combination of seriousness and talking about, the book and just what's going on in our lives and stuff. And then at some point, it usually leads to us just roasting Abby and making her feel awkward. And then even
being
late
stupid.
/ being mainly towards the end there, like it gets late and Josh and Noah just start acting stupid, and it's really funny.
Yeah.
But that's usually what happens at Monday Fun Day.
But it's just a really good time to like talk about what's going on campus. If there's like business things of what's gonna happen at different events or whatever, and getting all that hashed out. And yeah, just Lowell and Jill are really good with helping us work through different stuff.
Okay, and this is when we have night class? I'm
yeah,
guessing?
this
Okay.
is on Mondays when you guys have night class.
Yep, you guys have night class, and we've got our little venture community group.
So that's why you guys are up till like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, that's why we're
Definitely.
never around.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on here and talking and just telling us more about the venture program and yourselves. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
us
alrighty. We'll be there next week.
on episode 22.
And
Cowabunga.
58.
Nice.
Da 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 da.